Hello Knights, welcome back. My name is Braden Larson.
And I'm Caitlin Kearney. We're so happy you're joining us for episode 17 of Swervecast.
You can find other episodes on our website, theswervenews.edu.com, and our YouTube channel, The Swerve Newspaper.
Stick around to hear about Joe Wage's soon-dropping country album.
An overview of everything happening here at King's in the Knightly Canoes.
And a groundbreaking story on Mr. Watkins' replacement, or should I say, identity theft. Swervecast starts now.
Senior Joe Wages, better known by his stage name Farmer Joe, has announced that he's releasing a country music album.
Not only will there be an album, but Joe is planning an international concert tour. Hear more from Kate.
Thanks, Caitlin. After his performance at Black and White, Joe Wages made the decision to pursue his dream of releasing a country music album.
After the Black and White, asked me to sing for it, I thought it went pretty well. And afterwards, I'm kind of sitting there and I was thinking, that went really well. I enjoyed that. So forget politics, forget law. Sure, that's what I've been thinking of since I was 6 years old, but who cares? Let's go pursue country music.
Joe's heart for country music stems from more than just an admiration of the style.
The sound a bow makes when it pulls across a fiddle, the whine of a steel guitar, the lyrics. Oh man, I can't stand rap music. I hate rap music. Anybody that knows me knows I hate rap music. But I love country music. It's just the whole culture of it. I love everything about it.
Following Joe's album drop, he is making big plans for the future of his music.
After cutting the record in Nashville, I'm thinking probably start off in Atlanta, come down here, start the tour, head up to Nashville, have a show up there, maybe up to D.C., because, I've always liked D.C., so I'll go up to D.C., record a record up there, then think we're going to take it worldwide, take it across Europe, then fly. I think we'll probably avoid Russia for now. That seems like the best course of action. Fly over to Japan, Tokyo, maybe the Philippines, and then come home.
Joe's confidence, ambition, and influence on students provide an impact that will last a lifetime. Back to you, Caitlin.
I'm certain I'm not the only one who's excited for this album.
Not to mention the tour. Farmer Joe, we can't wait to see you in concert.
Next, hear about all the buzz around TKA.
It's time for Knightly Canoes with Ricesky.
Thanks, Braden, and welcome to the Knightly Canoes. I'm your host, Ricesky Rice. Let's dive into the wonders happening at the home we call the Teens Academy. After a rude awakening, administration recognized accelerating rates of anxiety in students, along with a lack of rest and extreme deficiency of vitamin D. They are now providing a 2-hour lunch period to allow time for students to enjoy their lunch, an outdoor recess, and a sufficient nap time. I didn't appreciate it enough back then, but what I would give to be a babe once more, wrapped in the swaddling clothes of youth. Anyways, to avoid trash bathrooms, hiding away in stalls, and restroom breaks during class, King's is implementing a new bathroom policy. Replacing existing bathrooms with teacher-requested copy rooms, bathrooms will now be only available during lunch period, and an assistant-monitored porta potties located outside the building. However, in my experience, porta-johns make me want to be porta-john. Juniors Josie Lemons and Lana Howard discovered several tunnels underneath the walls of the school. Entering the tunnel found behind the vending machine, they uncovered many confiscated cell phones, an underground boxing ring, and walls flooded with man papers. If only I had known about this treasure trove in my freshman year. Oh, the shenanigans I would have devised. And if anyone tells you differently, I totally beat Geralt in our fight. Spread the word, but you didn't hear it from me. Let's make that clear. Finally, the SpaceX Mars program recruited 4 of our seniors to board one of its 2 ships headed to Mars. Attilio Episcopo, Izzy Manger, Maddie Shook, and Ryan Gordon plan to begin their 2-year training right after graduation and take on the challenges of space exploration. I feel like there is a really low-hanging among us joke in here, but alas, I am too refined to tell it. For the more unrefined, find such an article in our paper. Well, that's it for this issue of Knightly Canoes. Make sure you keep friends close, your bed buds in a rug, and burn those bridges when you get to them. Back to you, Caitlin.
And other schools have the nerve to say King's is boring.
All right, Knights, now your final story for today, the one you've all been waiting for.
The past several months, the Mr. Watkins you all know and love has not been the one roaming the halls of the King's Academy.
Well, he's still technically Mr. Watkins, but he is not who you think. See this story unfold in our exclusive feed from the courtroom.
All rise for the honorable judge.
You may sit. All right, I see here that we have a case of Watkins versus Watkins. Let's get this over with quickly so we can go home. Prosecution, you may begin your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The case we have before us today is one of the simplest open and shut cases I have ever seen. Garrett Watkins left the King's Academy in November of 2021 and his twin brother, Geralt Watkins. The defense was hired in his stead. Garrett has stayed in Nebraska since that date and can be vouched for by his friends and family.
Okay. Defense, you may proceed with your opening statements. And I have been led to believe that Geralt Watkins will be representing himself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Mr. Judge. Let's get down to brass tacks. You don't know for certain that I was here because I could be in Nebraska. You know it is. Me and my twin are identical twins. So you have no idea which one of us would have been here at the time.
Holy mackerel. That is the single worst opening statement I have ever heard. Anyways, prosecution, is there anyone else you'd like to bring to the bench?
There is, Your Honor. I would like to call Garrett Watkins to the bench. Now, Mr. Garrett Watkins, why did you leave the King's Academy in November of 2021?
Well, I had been planning to leave for a while, but I had to accelerate my plans when that thing in the ceiling happened and sort of freaked me out. And so I just had to, leave a little sooner.
I see, and you have numerous alibis that confirm you were, in fact, in Nebraska at the time of the creation of the underground boxing ring.
Well, of course, I have my wife and her family and my friends to testify that I was in Nebraska during that time.
So you see, Judge, this is not a case of mistaken identity or prior intent. It's simply a case of location. And we can clearly see that Garrett Watkins was not in the state or anywhere near the location of the crime, thus absolving him of all guilt.
You make an incredibly convincing argument. If the defense has no other evidence to bring to the table, this case will be closed.
Now wait here a minute, Judge. I know I've got some evidence here somewhere. If I go down, I'm taking you with me. Mr. Judge, what you need to understand is I'm not the only one at fault here. I know the gambling and then the boxing ring, that was on me, but I was wiring money to Garrett the whole time, and so he deserves to go to prison just as me. So if you're gonna put somebody in prison, we both deserve it.
You do know I heard the whole, and I'm taking you down with me part, right? Anyways, we have already audited Garrett Watkins' income sources and financial statements. No laundering was found. Alrighty, I move in favor of the prosecution. Garrett Watkins will spend 3 years in jail with opportunity for parole.
I'm among the many students that feel cheated, misled, and deceived.
Right there with you. That's all we have for today, Knights. Thanks for watching.
Remember, you can find all things Swervecast by visiting theswervenews.edu.com, our YouTube channel, or scanning the QR code in our paper.
Also, don't forget to read more about the topics we covered today and others in issue 4 of our paper. Thanks for watching, and remember, the
The Swerve is your sound.